I want to bring you on this message. God will. We're all work in progress. Why I'm telling this? Kasi naranasan ko yan eh.
The Jomuldi Experience.
What is up, guys? This is your Kuya Paz, and welcome back to our podcast, The Jomuldi Experience, TJX. Kumusta ang lahat? Matagal-tagal tayo walang podcast. Dahil, daming ginawa, of course. Ano pa ba? Kagaya ninyo, marami tayong ginagawa. Medyo, hindi yung sinasabing medyo, busy talaga tayo. And I just checked yung last episode natin kung kailan. So, nangyari siya noong January 29. January 29 was our last episode. Tagal. January 29, 7 days from my surgery. Nagpa-surgery po ako sa ng appendectomy. Na appendicitis ako. At masakit ang loob ko dahil bakit ako maka-operahan? Di ba pwedeng pagpaliban na lang to? The doctor said it comes naturally. So, hindi dahil kumain ako ng buto, hindi dahil naglaro ako after kong kumain habang busog ako, sinasabi ng mga matatanda, no. It really comes naturally. So, January 22, nag-underwent ako ng surgery, and then apart from there, January 29 was our last episode. Ang tagal. Nakalimutan ko na ba yung episode natin nun. Tingnan ko check lang natin yung last episode natin. Yan, wag ka masyadong feeling. So, we talked about the reality. Huwag tayo masyadong pa-superstar or something like that. No? Pero ito nga, share ko lang. Kasi from my surgery, tapos sa last episode natin, February, ang dami nangyari. Ang dami mga events. And then, ano yung mga events namin? Basta madaming events. Tapos, I have to finish my thesis, etc. Ang tagal mag-reply nung research department for plagiarism check. Tapala, mali yung binigay sa akin na email. So, kabad trip. Buti na lang pumunta ako mismo doon sa school. And then, yun, okay na. And then, so and so forth. Basta maraming nangyari. We fixed the programs. We started our BDJ first trimester for this year. Training year namin this year. So, I have to fix those. I have to make lessons and then delegate things. Right now, I'm not teaching sa aming BDJ. Kasi sabi ko, next trimester na ako magtuturo. So, I have to delegate it. But, yes, bago ka mag-delegate, you have to fix the lessons also. So, somehow, nakaka-overwhelm. Ang daming ginagawa. Tapos, hindi lang naman yun. Emotionally, ang dami mong iniisip. Of course, I will not disclose it. Pero, emotionally, ang dami mong iniisip. And then, financially, of course, at ang mahal magkasakit, I paid my hospital bills. Ang daming kailangan bayaran. Very overwhelmed. Though, praise God, nakapag-vacation kami. Pumunta kami sa UAE, sa Dubai. And nag-tour kami. Invited kami ng parents namin and then met some friends there. So, parang na-declutter yung mind ko. Nakakatuwa lang. So, ganon. Ba't parang lungkot ko? Hindi. I just learned how to speak slowly. Kasi mas nakakapag-isip ako eh. So, ganun nga. To make the long story short, very overwhelming yung January. Ayun! Yung February pala namin. Grabe. So, galing kami ng Dubai. Tapos, pagbalik namin dito sa Pilipinas, yung whole week na yon sobrang hectic. Kasi nga, we celebrated our 31st anniversary, founding anniversary sa Bethany Christian School. 31st na. Parang 1 week ako nagsalita that week. So, campus festival kami, tapos may Beat Awards kami, and then, ang daming ginawa. So, overwhelming. Hindi ko na di-disclose yung iba, pero I can tell, sobrang overwhelming. Emotionally, ministerially, financially, etc. That's why, I was reflecting So, simulan ko na yung topic I was reflecting, Lord, overwhelmed ba ako? Or medyo disorganized lang ako? 'Di ba? Kasi parang nung nagkaroon ako ng nagpa-surgery ako, parang nag-rumble-rumble yung mga schedule ko at yung mga routine ko kasi I have to rest, 'di ba? I have to delegate, parang nawala yung routine mo. That's why I want to make a topic wherein you could also learn from my experience, and for sure nararamdaman nyo rin to that sometimes you're being overwhelmed. Everyone does, right? For sure. Lahat tayo na-overwhelmed. Di ko alam kung saan kayo na-overwhelmed. Sa relationship ninyo, ministry ninyo, pag-aaral ninyo, or whatever. Pero for sure ako lahat tayo na-overwhelmed. At, eto na. This is our topic, right? Are you overwhelmed or just disorganized? Okay? And I just realized, isa sa mga realizations ko, na hindi lahat ng nararamdaman nating pagka-overwhelmed is true. Sometimes we're just, feeling natin overwhelmed tayo but you're not. But most of the time, I want to tell this, you are not overwhelmed, you are just disorganized. You are not, naramdaman nyo ba yun? Hindi ka naman overloaded sa work. But sometimes, you're just unclear. You're just unfocused. You're emotionally hijacked. And sometimes, overwhelm is often a perception. A perception problem. Tapos doon nagiging problema. Alam mo, parang feeling ko, overwhelmed ako ngayon kasi ang dami kong tatapusan. And then, it becomes a real problem. So, pag-usapan natin saglit yun, no? Why we feel overwhelmed. Psychologically and practically. Okay? I want to give, I think, 3 to 5 ito. And then, let's talk about how to defeat it. Pero pag-usapan natin yun kasi ang dami mga kabataan ngayon, Gen Zs, collegiate, if you're working, or maybe you're married, whatever, you're overwhelmed. Like me. Wala namang pagkakaiba yun But sometimes, nagkakaiba lang dun sa struktura. Why we feel overwhelmed psychologically and practically? Una, I just realized this. Of course, naaral ko yung psychology dahil yun yung minaster namin, no? Guidance and counseling. First thing, why you feel overwhelmed is this. Mayroon tayong tinatawag na cognitive overload. Yung ang daming open loops sa mind mo. Remember this. Your brain, our brain is not designed to hold everything at once. Unlike our computers, di ba? Ngayon, may M5 chip na ang Apple. Gusto kong bumili nun pero mahal. Next time na lang. Yun, design talaga yun na magbukas na maraming mga applications at saka kung ano man. Dahil it is designed to open many applications. But I want you to know this, that our brain is not designed to hold everything at once. For sure, you have tasks. For sure, you have deadlines. For sure, you have expectations. Sabay-sabay. Maybe you have ministry. Maybe you have thesis. Maybe you have a relationship. And then, nagsabay-sabay. Kumbaga, di ba, may mga GPU 10, may mga CPU 10 that really can hold and open many applications simultaneously. Hindi pala ganun ang brain natin. Ngayon, nangyayari yung feeling natin overwhelmed because of cognitive overload. Lalo na kapag walang sistema. So, kapag masyado tayong maraming ginagawa. Tapos wala kang sistema, ang nangyayari mental clutter. So you have sometimes to declutter, or here's the thing, minsan, hindi ka naman talaga overloaded. Pansin mo ba yun? Wala ka naman ginagawa sa bahay ninyo. Pero ba't feeling mo overwhelmed ka? Maybe nakahiga ka lang, pero parang unfocused ka or parang matamlay ka or wala kang gana sa buhay. It's because you don't have a system. Diba? You feel overwhelmed. Here's the result eh. You feel overwhelmed even if the workload is manageable. And the answer to that question, why you're overwhelmed even though the workload is manageable, it's because you don't have a system. Yeah, di ko sinasabing huwag kayo mag-multitask because I do that. But when you do multitasking, you have a system. Diba? And you have to be focused and laser focused. Number 2 is this. You're not really overwhelmed at times or most of the time. There's this thing called emotional hijacking. Hindi ka overwhelmed. Meron lang nangyari sa buhay mo, one event. And then your whole life, your whole semester, your whole ministry, your whole relationship collapse. Why? Dahil nagkaroon ng isang bad event. Tama ba? Yeah. May isang criticism. Ang ganda ng ginawa mo sa ministry. Di ba? Talagang motivated ka, sobrang focus mo. Nag-preach ka pa nga nung nakaraan. And then, there's just one criticism. There was just one failure. There was just one conflict. There was just one error or wrong grammar. Tapos biglang, ang dami kong problema. Hindi ko na kaya. Man, you are just emotionally hijacked. Ngayon, sa psychology, ang tawag po dito, this is what we call emotional reasoning. Na sinasabi mo, I feel overwhelmed, therefore my life is overwhelming. Because you are emotionally hijacked. There's just one bad moment na nangyari sa'yo, and then everything collapsed. But here's the thing, my encouragement, no? One bad moment does not mean a bad life. One bad moment does not mean a bad semester. One bad quiz does not mean a bad course. One bad struggle or failure does not mean a bad ministry. Diba? So, emotionally hijacked ka lang. And then, 3 is this, lack of clarity. Hindi mo talaga ma-define yung responsibilities mo. Undefined responsibilities, talagang hindi mo alam kung anong priority mo. Lord, ano ba talagang responsibility ko? Wala kang instructions, hindi ka guided, kasi hindi ka nagtatanong. That's why, kaya lahat parang urgent. Diba? And the result ay madalas nangyayari ganito. Everything feels heavy because nothing is defined. Bakit mo ba ginagawa itong bagay na to? Pansin mo, nagawa mo bahay, school, church, work. Doon lang naman umiikot eh. Ang buhay, sa akin, parang ganun lang. Okay, sa asawa ko, of course, kay Lord, sa asawa ko, and then, yun, sa family ko, sa church, do minsan na doon kasi doon na rin yung work ko. Or sa mga mini-mentor ko, doon lang naman umiikot eh. Pero nagiging mabigat, nagiging heavy ang isang bagay kapag hindi defined ang isang bagay. Confusion creates pressure. So you have to define your responsibilities. What are my priorities? Bakit ko ginagawa itong mga bagay ito? And sometimes, ito nangyayari, no? This organization disguises business. yung hindi ka naman talaga busy. Okay? Hindi ka busy. Disorganized ka lang. At yung pagiging disorganized mo, nagdi-disguise siya or lumalabas siya kunwari busy ka. Pero sa totoo lang, mga kapatid, sabog lang yung system mo. Being busy doesn't mean you're productive. Being active doesn't mean you're effective. Maraming busy pero hindi naman productive. Diba? Maraming active. Galaw ng galaw pero hindi naman talaga effective. Why? Kasi walang schedule. Walang sistema. Walang delegation. Wala ka nare-raise na leaders. So, ikaw pa rin yung gumagawa ng mga ginagawa mo 10 years ago. So, ano nangyayari? You blame what you do. You blame the ministry. You blame your work. You blame your school. You blame your professors. You blame your family. Why? Because you don't have a system. And the real issue here is not because you're overloaded. The main issue here is this. You lack of structure. You don't need less work. You need better order. God is a God of order. Remember that. You don't need less work. Hindi mo kailangan ng konting work para masabi na, parang hindi na ako ma-overwhelm. No. You need better structure, order, system. At ito, number 5, kung bakit ka na-overwhelmed. You're trying to carry what is not yours. Ang tawag po dyan, sa psychology, control illusion. You want to control the outcome. You want to control the people. You want to control the timing. You want to control the result, the response, the reactions, and etc. etc. Tandaan niyo po to. Sa buhay, meron kayong dalawang circles lang. Circle of control and circle of concern. May mga bagay na concern tayo pero hindi natin talaga control. For example, yung nangyayari ngayon sa pagtaas ng gasolina. Concern natin, pwede bang pababain natin yan? Ang mahal naman ito. But you cannot control the price. And the reason why you're anxious, the reason why you're overwhelmed, because you try to control your concern. So there's an internal pressure. That's why you're overwhelmed. Diba? Sabi na ni Jesus yan sa Matthew 6:34, do not worry about tomorrow. And overwhelm grows, remember this, overwhelm grows when you carry what only God can carry. Don't play God. I always say this, don't play God. Do not carry what only God can carry. Diba? But here's my tip. Para matapos na tayo, let me just run this. How to defeat this thing, being overwhelmed. Sa akin you have to be systematic. You have to be structured. Diba? Okay. Yung ginawa ko kanina, pinakita ko yung awareness. Alright? Gusto kong maging aware kayo kung bakit kayo na-overwhelmed. Kasi minsan, hindi tayo conscious doon sa mga bagay na hindi natin alam. Okay, nag-gets na ba yun? Hindi ka conscious doon sa mga bagay na hindi mo alam. Diba? So ngayon, I let you aware para malaman ninyo yung mga bagay na hindi nyo alam. Alright? Gets na ba yun? Here's the thing. How to defeat being overwhelmed. Here's the thing. First is this. You have to externalize everything. Ibig sabihin na externalize everything, get it out of your head. Ito yung lagi ko sinasabi sa counseling. When I do counseling, you have to write everything down. For sure, isa sa inyo na nakikinig dito, na counselan ko na. Write everything down. Your tasks, your worries, your responsibilities, your ministries, your struggles. Write everything down. As in, everything. Why? Kasi po, yung brain natin, your brain is for processing. So, maganda yung brain natin, nagpa-process, hindi siya storage, no? Okay, magkaiba yung pinoprocess mo at saka ini-storage. Kasi pag, alam niyo yung gigo, garbage in, garbage out. So, minsan kasi, puro tayo garbage in. And our brain is designed for processing, not for storage. So, you have to process all those struggles, tasks, and responsibilities and bam! Write it down. Kasi parang, pag pumasok sa isip mo, pag sinulat mo, nilalabas mo siya. So, for example, meron kang tinatawag na brain dump. Di ba? Dinadump mo lahat ng mga natutunan mo, struggles mo, ng worries mo doon. Daily yon or maybe weekly. Ang gawin mo, write it down. Bakit? Kapag nakikita mo ang isang bagay, nagiging aware ka, at pwede mong talunin. You cannot defeat what you don't see. Diba? Clarity replaces chaos. So, kung clear sa'yo yung mga bagay na, at aware ka dun sa mga bagay na na-overwhelm ka, then you can defeat it because you can see it. Second is this. You have to prioritize ruthlessly. What do I mean by that? Tandaan niyo po to, not everything is equal. Hindi lahat ng bagay ay pantay-pantay. You have to ask yourself, what actually matters today? Ano ba yung pinaka-importanting bagay na dapat kong gawin ngayon? You can use this. Ito, lagi ko sinasabi sa counseling to. What are your top 3 things na kailangan mong tapusin? Top 3 rule per day. Diba? Kasi ganito eh. If everything is important, nothing is important. Diba? Kung lahat importante sa'yo, walang importante. Diba? Kagabi, nag-uusap kami ni engineer. Coffee kami. And then, isa sa mga bagay na talagang, sabi ko, sinishare ko sa kanya, hindi na ako nagpo-post kasi dami naman nang napapakinggan dyan or whatever. Siguro yung podcast, pwede ako mag-post. Pero yung mga vlog na marami silang pinapakinggan or nababasa, hindi na ako. Even photos, madalang na lang. Kasi, marami na silang pinakinggan. Then, sagot ni Gerald, ni engineer, pastor, yung mga post ngayon, parang pantay-pantay na lang. Wala nang wow effect. So, ganun din sa atin. Sometimes, kung titignan natin lahat ay importante, then nothing is important at wala nang wow effect. Kahit na i-save mo lahat ng motivational quotes and blogs and vlogs sa IG mo or sa Facebook mo at tinitignan mo lahat yun importante, walang importante. That's why you have to define. Sabi ko sa inyo, you have to define. Bakit ko ba ito ginagawa? What's the reason? What's the purpose? Why I'm doing this? Number 3 is you have to break it down. Yung mga bagay na mabibigat doon sa mga bagay na doable lang. Because overwhelm thrives in big, vague tasks. For example, instead of preparing a sermon, I will prepare a sermon. Ang hirap nun. Paano ka magpe-prepare ng sermon? Paano ka mag-i-start? Yan ang tanong ko lagi. Okay, I have to prepare a sermon on Sunday kasi mag-open kami ng bagong series. But, paano mo i-start yung preparation ng sermon mo? Ano yung mga doable steps? Paano mo ma-prepare yung isang sermon? I have to outline it. Okay? Ano ba yung big idea? Big idea is about the cross. So, I have to outline yung isang topic or whatever. And then, I will start magre-research ako, yung mga applications, di ba? And then, kukuha ko ng mga illustrations, mga experiences na mga napansin ko, observations ko. And then, I will do the script, and then the slides, and whatever. And then, bang! You have a good sermon. Why? Because, here's the principle. Progress reduces anxiety. Di ba? Kapag nakikita mong nagle-level up ka at umaangat ka at nagpo-progress ka, it reduces anxiety kasi natutuwa ka sa sarili, wow, I'm progressing. Ganun ang brain natin. So you have to break it down from heaviest to doable. Right? Para hindi ka nang overwhelmed. Gagawin mo isang bagay all at once. Overwhelmed ka talaga. So you have to break it down. You have to chunk it before doing everything. Talagang, alam nyo na yun. And then, of course, you have to build simple systems. Alam nyo, ang kailangan natin ngayon, hindi motivation. Di ba? Dito na nanalo ang mga tao eh. Hindi sa motivation. Kasi motivation, 1 week lang yan. Bukas, drain ka na naman eh. Nabasa ko rin to kay Atomic Habits, kay James Clear. Sabi niya, don't write your goals. Create a system. Tama. Diba? Kung gusto mong graduate, paano ka makakagraduate? Makakagraduate ka ba? Oh yes, you just have, you wrote your goals. Gagraduate ako ng ganitong taon. Pero ano yung sistemang gagawin mo para makagraduate ka? So you have to fix your schedules, yung weekly planning rhythm mo, yung daily habits mo, yung time blocks mo. Maganda may time blocks tayo. Di ba? Because discipline reduces overwhelm when more than motivation ever will. So, discipline is very important rather than motivation. Kasi I can motivate you right now. But after this, what's your system? Did you create a system? Did you create a habit? Or are you pursuing to create a habit? Or maybe to create time blocks or whatever? Or you're just motivated, gusto kong gawin yun. Magkaiba yung gusto kong gawin versus ginagawa ko na. At gagawin ko talaga. Diba? And then, last one. I'm done. Okay? The podcaster is done. You have to regulate your mind. Okay? Pag sinabi kong regulate your mind, because overwhelm is not just external thing. It is internal. So, you have to regulate your mind, your brain. Hindi lang yung mga tasks mo. Kasi, yes, alam mong gawin itong bagay na to, pero hindi mo naman naayos yung mindset mo or yung mind mo, hindi mo nare-regulate. So, sometimes you have to pause before you react. You have to pause before you do the task. You have to breathe. You have to reframe your thoughts. Teka, pag ginawa ko ba ito, ano mangyayari? Mag-isip ka, hindi yung surub-surub ka. Sa mga bagay na natutunan ko yun. Before I do, I think dati kasi pag may naisip ako, gagawin ko kagad eh. Ganun ako ka-passionate. But I just realized being passionate doesn't mean being effective. May mga sobrang init, tara, gawin na natin to, pero hindi pinag-isipan mabuti, kaya ayun, sayang. So, we have to replace yung mga bagay na ang dami kong ginagawa. Minsan, pasikat na lang natin yun eh. Pautot na lang natin yun. Ang dami kong ginagawa. Busy ako eh. So, maganda palitan natin yung phrase na yon or idea na yon ng may ginagawa ako. Step by step to. At itong ginagawa ko could create a habit and a system or whatever. Diba? That's why, tapusin na natin to. Sa mga nakikinig po ngayon, I know you were overwhelmed. Okay? I'm overwhelmed. Ako at times, na-overwhelmed din ako. Pero hindi po lahat ng overwhelm ay galing sa dami ng ginagawa natin. Minsan po, galing lang ito sa gulo ng isip natin. Dahil wala kang sistema at mali yung perspective mo. So you have to organize yourself. Let's seal this. You have to organize yourself. You have to discipline your mind. And you have to surrender what is not yours to carry. Alright? Because overwhelm is not always about having too much to do. It is often about having too little clarity. structure and control over our minds. Kaya, ito, sagutin nyo itong mga tanong na to para at least meron kayong sasagutin habang nag-iisip kayo. Ano ba talagang nagpapabigat sa'yo? Yung trabaho? Yung pag-aaral? Or dahil wala akong sistema? At ano yung isang bagay na pwede kong ayusin ngayong araw na to? O ngayong linggo na to? O ngayong SEM na to? O ngayong school year na to? O ngayong season ng buhay ko na to? Hindi ko alam kung ano yon. Pero for sure, may dapat kang ayusin if you're always being overwhelmed. So, the podcaster is done. Thank you so much for listening. At sana po ay magkaroon kayo ng sistema. Hindi lang kayo ma-motivate, kundi talaga magkaroon tayo ng habit. Alright? See you again sa next episode po natin. Mabuhay po kayong lahat. God bless you. Woohoo!
This is DJX, the Jomel, the experience.